Arizona's rock giant.
Burton. Live.
We are live. And I want to also thank my energetic engineer, Dick.
Yes, very, very energetic.
And as, I'm going to steal his joke. If they called it Moby Richard, it never would have sold. Well, I'm shameless. I'll steal anything.
It's not my joke. I actually stole it, but it's
right.
okay.
Well, it's okay. It works for me. Anyway, she bought this 9mm that I was supposed to carry 24/7. In other words, I was in her company pretty much 24/7. She wanted to live in bodyguard. So I said, look, if this guy breaks in the house, I'm not skinning my knuckles. I'm pumping all 9 rounds into him. I don't care if he does stop twitching. You just scared them. And so I said, I told that to the lawyer. And I said, you call her back and see if that's cool. So it was cool. So for 3 weeks, I carried all over Phoenix. You like that? My pacemaker almost loaded. I wasn't ready for that. Here I was in the deep depths of my story. Anyway, in the minute, I wanted to mention that I'm determined to quit smoking. Yes, I'm taking my Zyban, chewing. You're going to just send me right over the I'm taking my Zyban, chewing my Nicorette gum, and wearing the patch. Oh, here's that caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Burton.
Hello, darling. I know that you could barely contain yourself, and now you've got me curious. What is that question you'd like to ask?
Sorry about that. I lost my connection a minute ago anyway.
That's perfectly all right.
Well, I guess the question is, was it 5,422 or 6,000 people's time to die?
Well, that's a very good question.
You know, I mean, and if in fact it was, if this didn't happen, how would they have all gone?
Well, now here, let me, from my limited Bible studies, from my understanding, God allows for a great amount of free will.
Yeah.
So consequently, the free will of some can interfere with others.
I've always been crazy, but it's kept me from going insane.
Yo, you're live with Burton Live, and Dickie over there just played my theme song. Actually, did I tell you that the VA has now let me loose completely? I don't have to report back in evenings to the straitjacket.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you. I was concerned. You know, I'm off probation with the VA. Yeah. Hello, you're live with Burton Live.
Hey, Burton, it's Diana.
Oh, Diana from L.A. How are things on VIP?
Well, we're on hiatus right now.
Because of the goings-on, Becky?
No, actually, we were just finishing our season. We were actually on the set really early in the morning when the war thing broke out, and it was very terrifying.
I just out of curiosity, since you say you usually make your phone calls from a particular location, are you calling us from...
Calling from my bathtub.
Yeah, I can hear the water. That's cute, with bubbles in all the right places. You know, I have this ability to see over the phone line, you know.
You have that psychic ability?
Well, it's not even psychic. I can go just sort of like broadband. I can turn myself into sound waves, travel through the phone line, and...
Oh, come on. Bathrooms have an echo to them.
Yeah, she is. You can hear the echo.
That's what I'm saying. Bathrooms have a very distinct echo.
Oh, you can hear it?
You can hear that, and you can hear the bubbles, too.
You just lifted your hand out of the water a second ago, so...
Yeah, I did. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, this guy, we know these things. I told you, we can see you. Wave hi to everybody, Diana.
Hi. Where were you when the war started? Were you sleeping?
I actually was on the radio here this morning.
Oh, no, I mean when the crashes happened.
Oh, I was sound asleep, and the radio station woke me up, and I didn't believe him because the operations manager always teases me. And I said, come on, that's not funny. Let's find another joke. And he says, I'm serious as a heart attack. So I jumped up and turned on the news. And it was pretty surreal, to be honest with you.
It was so surreal. I was on the set, and Pamela was she was in makeup and more. No, actually, she was on her way. And I was in North Hollywood, and my place is in the marina. And when I got into the van to go to the location where we were, to the stage, they said, did you hear about the plane crash? And we all went, oh, that's horrible, that's horrible. Then when I got on the stage, we were watching the monitor. We watched the second one happen. Then we heard about the other plane, and there was a possible car bomb somewhere, and the director looked at me, and because we were all sort of terrified and didn't want to break away from the monitors,
right,
to, rehearse and everything, and he said, okay, this is really serious, and I was just freaking out, thinking, what am I going to do?
Let me interrupt you for a second. Did you go on and shoot the show?
No.
We shut down for the day?
We shut down for the day, and I had to drive home at like 7:15 in the morning, and the roads were chaos in L.A. I was terrified. People were like running red lights and all kinds of things, because, most people haven't left for work when I'm already working.
Right.
So it was a horrible, horrible experience, and I thought, oh my goodness, they were already on the radios talking about how they shut down downtown L.A. I live near the LAX. I was sort of scared, and I called David and Margaret and said, can I come over? And they let me come over. I stayed there and we watched television until 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Move over a little to the left. Let me get that little spot on your back there. There we go. That's it.
That's too much.
Thanks for calling, darling.
All right.
You be well.
You too.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Bye-bye. She's a sweetie. And a very, 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 very attractive sweetie, too, I must add. She's on that show VIP with Pamela Anderson. Have you ever seen it?
Have a good evening.
Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
Good night.
Good night.
I do. I'm crazy about her. I've never met her. Beverly, you do not ask women how old they are, especially over a 100,000-watt station that goes through 4 states.
Well, okay.
Think about it.
I could go for that one.
Their father's 42, and they think of him as an old man, so I'm 6 years older than their father. I must be really old.
Yeah.
But my 19-year-old girlfriend doesn't seem to mind, so it's okay.
JJ in the morning will really get you going, but then so will a bran muffin.
We flew on to Chicago to finish the rest of the movie, and my birthday was coming up, and like I said earlier, I am shameless. By the way, have you ever been to Clearwater, Florida?
No, is the water really clear?
Yeah, well, it is. Actually, it is. It's one of America's... God, I'm going to die. It's one of, I think, listed, there's a beach just there somewhere. It's considered one of the 10 best beaches in the United States. Anyway, so I called this woman up, and like the puppy dog, I said to her, look, it's my birthday. There's a hotel up in Clearwater. Come on, be my birthday present. So we go to the hotel room, and it's a beautiful hotel, and we got an ocean, actually a Gulf of Mexico view. And she's unpacking, and she pulls out this box of prophylactics. Of condoms. I mean, there must have been 200 of them.
200?
Yes. Well, that was my reaction. I'm not a young man. So I said to her, I hope you don't expect to use all those while we're here. She said, no. I said, where'd you get those anyway? She said, my mother gave them to me. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, I told my mother you were from Hollywood. I said, oh, great. Thinking, well, that's what happens when you're Mr. Hollywood. Were you particularly trusting in the government prior to September 11th?
Oh, gosh. In some areas, yes. In some areas, no. I don't think that the government tells us everything. I think there's a lot of cover-up, and they just make it, I think they kind of smooth over, sugarcoat reality. I think they're still sugarcoating reality a little bit.
Well, I'm a little concerned about it because I can't help but think to myself that the Bush family, who has all those oil wells, has no concern to what monetary implications or impact the oil business could have on all this, and that makes me nervous, especially when you got a kid who was born with a platinum spoon in his mouth. That wasn't the orifice I was going to use, but we'll use it.
I'm glad you qualified that.
My name's Jerem Lewis. I'm 23. I've lived in Sholo my whole life, and I'm just grateful for the opportunity I have to be here tonight and show my support for the tragedy that has taken place and show my patriotism for the United States. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity, for the little bit I have to do. I'm down here with my wife, Christina, and I've got a baby daughter, Hannah. She's 6 months old, and when we heard it was going to happen, we just knew that we were going to come down here, be able to in the evening and show our camaraderie.
I was brought here today just to share my feelings with others and the thoughts that I've been having about the tragedy that we've had as a nation, and to show that we are still strong.
God bless America.
Stephanie, and I'm down here to remember those who died in New York and those who are trying to find survivors in the rubble.
My name is Ian, and I am here because I am sad about the attack on New York and the World Trade Center.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was just we went over there with a cell phone and just tried to get some reaction. As I said, it's a kind of a cold night, and just you could feel the spirit was both physically and heartwarming. I have some other announcements. I'll tell you what, I think we're going to take a music break here for a minute, and I'll be back with some more information. And before we go to the music, though, remember, 1-866-957-7625. Reach out and touch us. Thanks.
Burton. Live.
Yeah.
Burton.
Good evening. Good evening. Richard and I are here this evening. Notice I referred to him as Richard. We're rather formal this evening because of the highbrow nature of our discussion. Though I don't think religion actually should be labeled, or religious beliefs or religious practice should be labeled highbrow. Quite the contrary. It is for everyone, regardless of intellect, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, from what has been going on as of September 11th, it's, I think, even more so. We have with us this evening, and I'm going to start from right to left, I think, Tony Whittle.
Hi.
And you're from the Word of Life.
That's right.
Ministries, correct?
That's correct.
Right. Richard Kahn.
Hello.
And you're a deacon with St. Mary of the Angels, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And Brady Nixon.
Hello.
You are from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, correct?
That's correct.
Did I say that correctly?
You did.
I was worried about that. I was. And as I mentioned, we have a Book of Mormon here with us, as well as a Bible. And the question I posed to these gentlemen, and what I'm going to do is pose the question, and we're going to play another song and give them time to form their answers, and then we'll discuss it. Are we now in the midst of the end times? Is Bible prophecy at this point in time coming true? If so, what happens next? Either vis-a-vis Bible prophecy, excuse me. Also, the catastrophe, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, 5,000 people dying in one fell swoop at this point in time. Was that God's will? What'll happen to those people along certain lines? And basically, also, more importantly, what this has meant to the country as all these disparate nationalities that live in the United States and disparate religions come together. And will it last? That's what we're going to ponder and discuss. And if you care to join our conversation telephonically, you may do so by dialing 1-866-957-7625. Richard, if you would lay some music on us, please, I'd appreciate it.